Hi, guys. Welcome to The Lover's Lantern. So, today's reading is for anyone who's ever been made to feel disposable by someone you thought loved you. Maybe they didn't seem to care about the emotional consequences their actions would have on you, or maybe they knew what they were doing. So, either way, the story doesn't end there. Let's talk about how it does end. Okay, so for group one, we have Amethyst. And everything is a reflection. Hold the energetic mirror. Group two, this blue geode, and turn your worry into wonder, surrender to the experience. Group three, jade, and you create your own reality. What you want wants you to. And for group three, chalcopyrite, and you can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. So go ahead, select your groups. I'll see you at your timestamp. Timestamps are in the description box. Okay, hi, group one. So where does this story end? So for one, I feel kind of unmotivated right now. So I don't know if you guys are feeling a little bit unmotivated. I'm looking at the bark on this tree. I don't know what type of tree this is, but I'm I'm feeling like it's one of those trees that has it looks like it's shedding. It looks like really dry skin that is peeling off. And that's reminding me of this full moon as well, like being at that stage where everything is full and it's starting to wither away. So I'm definitely getting this wither away feeling with elements and things that are obviously in your life because something has failed or something has come to an end. And we could see that with this Five of Cups and this person grieving something. So, when we think of being something being disposable or getting rid of or feeling getting rid of, um, I'm getting that it's false. Like I'm seeing falsifying information, in the sense that like, you're here feeling like this person disposed of you, and whether they did or not. Um, I mean, obviously that's the heaviness of it. And this is sort of, I'm getting like a reflection with sacred mirrors of you shedding a layer, you disposing of something. So it's kind of like, and I'm seeing the number 11. So, and then here's mirror again. So there's two mirror, this is about mirroring, 1133 mirror, and this shedding, and disposing. I'm just getting it as more you being the one to shed and dispose, and things decaying and things failing, um, feeling just really heavy. So, and with this number four, I'm just getting also too that there's this feeling of like, stability and then everything else withering away. And with that unmotivated feeling, here again, everything is a reflection. Hold up the energetic mirror. What do you need in your life that you're currently not getting? I think this person is a reflection of what you're not getting in the sense that you're not, you probably were not getting much of anything from them anyway. I just felt this feeling of the thing that you want wants you. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. And, you know, like I'm feeling this thing of like everything that's real can stay and everything that is not real should go. And that's like the waning. I'm feeling like this waning feeling, like having a full cup and then certain things being removed or like it having not leaks. How do I put what I'm trying to say? It's like having a big group of friends. Like I'm thinking of I don't know if this was Fat Joe, the rapper. And he was talking about how at the height of his career, he used to have all these guys hanging out with him. It was like probably 20 of them. And then once he started losing money and everything, like people just sort of dispersed, right? And then he was left with like two friends from the group of people that he was with. And he was talking about that and just talking about how that really showed him, what was real. And that's what I'm getting with this full moon. It's like you kind of had this phase where it was full, like the room was full. Um, and as it's like withering away, it's like withering away what was dead or what was decaying or what was not worth it or what was making you like on an energetic level not feel like it didn't feel right. It's like being at a job or being somewhere where you're there because you're used to getting up and going there every day, but there's something in you that feels like this is not right. This is not really what I want to be. And I feel unmotivated here. And with soul on fire, that's where, and reverse, like that's what I'm getting that feeling from of like that lack of motivation. Like, your soul is just not in it. So it's more like that comfortability um, of just being there. And I think sometimes that's where like the lack of motivation comes from is like um, that feeling of like your soul just not being in it. Um, and that's what I'm getting with this situation, you know? And then everyone is on their own journey. How can you focus more on your own path? With that, I'm tying that with the mirrors as well. Like, when we're watching other people, because here we have detective too. So I'm getting this feeling of watching other people and their path and their journey. And then I'm seeing cut the cords. You know, a lot of times when we do admire people or see other people and um, you know, it's an admiration that we can feel of this person's really good at this or they're really great at that. It's like a part of you wanting to be like that too. And that's what I'm getting with the mirrors. But then there's also the element of the opposite of that where you look at someone and you really dislike something in them, and I've heard people say in the past that that's usually a part of you that you try to suppress. But I don't think it's necessarily that. I just think that sometimes we can look at other people and it's the same effect, but in the opposite direction, where you can just really see that you hope that it's just telling you what you don't want to be like, how you don't want to sound, what you don't want to look like, it's also giving you information. And so with this situation, I'm feeling like cut the cords of doubt in reverse. Like maybe you were doubting yourself, you know, because I'm tying this to the full moon and having like this fullness or this cup that appeared full, but it was just at its height and then aim high. And then with Capricorn, I'm feeling like this thing with work as well. So maybe this is feeling disposable or feeling like you were disposed of in a work environment um, after putting in a lot of effort with this 10 of Wands, and some information was falsified against you. Um, and then I'm just getting like this healing thing that's coming with that. Um, and this feeling like a reflection of failure. Um, but then there's this thing of like these dolphins and a social intelligence as well and a healing. And with resilient in reverse, I feel like, going back to this element of things shedding and things starting to shed from your life, with may you weather the storms in reverse. I'm getting that there's a lot of storms that you would have had to weather had this um had whatever this was not taken place. Because the reason I'm saying that, because I'm remembering, I'm getting an example in my mind of a job that I left. And I left it because there was part of me that felt like I was working really, really hard there. And I was really overwhelmed. Like I'd walk into that office and just my anxiety would just start right as I opened the door, just because the work was really overwhelming. And it was just so much volume of things to do, and it all had to get done. And of course, understaffed, all that. Um, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted. Like I wanted to switch to another position. And I just kept hearing that, oh, it's not time yet. We need you to stay here at least until these changes happen. Then we'll be in a better position, blah, blah, blah. But I just didn't believe it um, because if that were true, I felt that they would have had more of a game plan for it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just didn't believe it. And I just felt really unmotivated to go to work. But, anyways, long story short, I ended up deciding to leave. And, I still kept in touch with people. And now, and I was able to accomplish a lot just by shedding that work environment. And that's what I'm getting with this shedding and this full moon, and what comes after. Because right now you're just at the height of this, So with all these things shedding, and what I said about not being able to weather the storms, I'm getting that like you would have had more burdens. You would have had more burdens, and there would be more storms to weather, and it would be more than what you had anticipated that it was going to be or what it was currently at that time. Because I'm pretty sure, and this is the feeling that I'm getting, was that it was already heavy on you guys. There was already a lot of like not just stress, but emotional, like emotional overwhelm, feelings of like sadness or just an emotional conflict. And in keeping in touch with certain coworkers, like now I'm seeing that the place is like everyone is under like heavy stress right now because of the changes that are happening. So I'm just feeling like you guys, it's not really a failure. Um, it's more a shedding. It's more of a shedding. And then what what remains is definitely more stable. Um, and I think with this too, how this story will end is, I think also too a big part is that you're going to be able to aim higher next time. We all make mistakes, but it's important to set out with the idea of perfection. Aim high and you will achieve more. Sometimes you'll reach perfection, but the moment of triumph is fleeting and soon gone. However, the memory of it will motivate you to want it again. Mistakes are simply ongoing tuition through which we learn excellence. So yeah, so I'm getting work, tuition, um, and perfection. Yeah, so definitely I think that you guys, what's coming up is you guys are going to aim a lot higher. Okay? You're going to aim a lot higher. Um, and with detective, what are we getting with detective? And okay, and you're also going to get confirmations from like how I said, like I got confirmation that I made the right decision. You're going to get confirmations along the way by watching other people on this journey. Like what I mean by that is I don't know how that's going to come about. Maybe it'll be through keeping in contact with other people. Maybe it'll be through social media. Maybe it will be however it comes about. I'm seeing that you're going to see things fail. You're going to see things fail. Um you're going to see things fail with this other person. You're going to hear about it. Maybe this other person was really ambitious as well, and was also aiming very high. Um, and as a result, you became disposable once they reached their height, or once they achieved a certain level, um, or once you became too much work for them. But going back, oh, I just heard like crying tears of gold. I'm looking at the gold in this amethyst. And with the crying tears of gold, because I'm looking at this five of cups, I'm just getting and like this water and just like being in like a heavy, heavy grief. And and then the release of that, the tears of gold being like something valuable is gonna come out. And I think that you're not just aiming high. I feel like the burdens that you felt with this person, you're gonna still be able to carry that weight and work really, really hard. Like you had to carry a lot of weight with this person, and a lot of grief and a lot of weight. And this same grief and weight and these tears that you're crying are gold. They're gonna create something valuable. I don't know. I'm feeling the phoenix now too. I know this kind of looks like a phoenix rising. Can we see it? There we go. Cut the cords of doubt. I think you're going to start doubting yourself a lot less as well in terms of your capabilities, in terms of the things you desire. And I think that maybe this person did affect your self-esteem and did make you feel like you were disposable, or like you were less than or less of yourself. But nonetheless, like with Capricorn, I know that sometimes the things that can drive us, like if you do hear of people's success stories, it's driven by a sense of lack or a sense of failure, or something, where you hear of people who were very poor, being driven by this fear of being in poverty, or feeling like you're not good enough and then aiming to be the best. Like I'm getting this sense of thing with you guys of, um whatever this is, that like the impact that it had on you, um is going to make you work really hard and aim really, really high. And you're still going to be able to watch other people, or whoever this other person is. And I don't want to come out and say it, but I just heard like this person's not socially responsible. And you're going to see how irresponsible this person is socially, with other people in their lives. Or maybe you have already seen it. Um, but yeah, you're getting to shed this. You're getting to shed this. And that's what I'm getting with this shedding and this crying and these tears of gold. It's like something really, really valuable is going to come up about, and it's going to make you work really, 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 really hard. Um, you're going to aim for the best. Maybe you're going to have higher standards for yourself. And I feel like I just heard like on repeat, you're going to keep doing it. You're going to master, um, a technique or an approach. You're going to be really motivated, and then you're going to keep replicating it. What's that called? Where, when you find a system and you keep replicating it because it works. It's like finding, I'm thinking of YouTube now, like finding a system that works and just keep repeating it, and it keeps working and it keeps getting better. Um, yeah, it's like finding a system. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting with you guys, of what's coming up. You guys are going to aim really, really high, work really, really hard, and all the tears that you've shed are tears of gold. Um, all the things that you've witnessed in this person or from this situation is going to guide you of what you want more of and what you want nothing of in your life. And you guys are just shedding layers. You're shedding layers. Um, physically, maybe some of you guys are losing weight. Maybe you guys are cutting your hair. Um, but yeah, you're shedding the failures. I'm getting you're shedding the failures. So maybe yeah, so maybe this is like a heavy grief. Maybe you're also going to be looking at all the things that didn't work out in your life from a social standpoint. Um and you're going to rise back up. You're going to rise back up really really high. Um I think your standards are going to go higher. Um you're going to want the best. And you're going to work hard for it. Potentially based off of insecurities or a sense of lack or wanting to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and to feel really, really good. So it's like going from a place of feeling like not motivated, feeling like your soul isn't lit up, feeling like, having to a place where you're super motivated, you're super ready to go, but it's fueled by grief. It's fueled by a grief. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting for you guys with how the story ends. You guys are definitely going to be crying tears of gold. It's going to carry a lot of weight. But you guys are shedding letters. Maybe some of you guys are going to get some letters behind your name. That's what we're talking about, because we did say something about tuition. So maybe academically, maybe professionally, um, or in any other way that adds value to your name, because this is where the gold comes in. So there's going to be more value on your name somehow. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. This is just shedding of layers. You guys are going to achieve a lot. You guys are going to be able to hold up a mirror to yourself and be really proud. Um, and it's going to make you a lot more like this detective. You're going to look more into things from a social standpoint. I'm picturing this as somebody who, I don't want to say trusts less easily, but someone who is more observant, more uses their intuition, because I'm seeing the synchronicities. Somebody who's more, uh, yeah, when it comes to a social standpoint, just more observational, more doing your research, maybe asking the right questions. You know how sometimes people will, I'll do this sometimes, I'll know the answer to something, but I'll still ask, or I'll get a sense of something and I just want to see what the person's going to say, you know, um, especially if I feel like they're kind of being secretive about it. I'll just come about it in a different way, like, but you're going to do your research. You're going to do your research on people somehow. And that's a good thing. Because detectives are always looking for the truth. And I could see you guys doing that as well. So that's where this is headed. And that's where the story ends. You guys having, you know, much more value in your life, um, and a stronger work ethic, and highly motivated, and knowing what you do and do not want, getting really clear on that, being able to look at yourself in the mirror and being really proud, being able to see the truth in social situations, um, and just aiming high and meeting those goals. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. If you like this reading, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, group two. I'm gonna do a sage for you guys. This is the energy work card that I see right here. For you guys, it's a lot of energy clearing, and I said cleaning. Um, so yeah, this is physical with cleaning and clearing. I'm gonna turn off my fan. It's a distraction. I think you guys are gonna cut out distractions. Um, yeah. So, you know what? I think for you guys, this is like, it feels like traumatic. I want to say trauma based. Um, and I was also getting greed and lust, okay, with this 7 of Cups, this greedy person right here, and the snake, and the devil with these two people at the bottom. I mean, maybe we shouldn't show that. Um, so I don't know. It's like, this is not good. Whatever it was obviously left you in a state where, it's you having to clear out your body, water your garden. You see this woman in the water, soaking, cleansing, clearing. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of like healing work for you guys. Um, I also too, we have Earth pulsing in reverse. Ugh. And with the Earth pulsing, like I'm getting like again this greed and this lust, um, and this toxicity, and I'm getting that this has, and I'm seeing the root chakra right here. So maybe there's stuff in your family. Maybe this was your mother with pulse of the mother, slow down, time and nature. Has to do with your confidence and your sacral. Has to do with your throat. And you know, I think it's really affected your body, your energy field, um, and your light, which shine. May you be the lighthouse. And with that, I'm seeing like something being stolen from you with this snake. Um, Maybe somebody was a snake. Maybe somebody used you, or people have used you with the sacral and this devil card. Um, Maybe gave you false promises, maybe kept secrets, maybe had a double life. But I'm getting that this was sort of a relentless attack, is what I heard. And this is pretty heavy and pretty deep. So for you guys, what I'm seeing is a lot of love and a lot of nurturing. Okay. This is not something that can be spoken about with this Queen of Swords in reverse. This the feeling that I'm getting here is very feelings based and very, I'll say your nervous system based, very body based. Um, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no speaking involved, but I'm just getting that. I don't know. I'm just like something about being overcome with words. Anyways, so yeah, so what I do see for you guys with this how the story ends, I'm getting that maybe this is no contact. This is a situation of no contact, not talking to this person. Um, and also cutting yourself off from like greedy and lusty type of energies. And really, yeah, I think you guys, this is here because I'm seeing human condition as well. And this is confirmation. I just heard my phone ding. I think you guys maybe are reflecting and wondering about what the human condition is really like, you know, with like these these forces, like the devil. But anyways, I don't want to get too much into that. Where the story ends, I'm just seeing that you guys are really going to find peace and happiness in the more simpler things of life. Like I want to say like disconnecting. I just heard disconnecting. Anyways, you guys are going to be guided to like a serious healing, an energetic healing, where there's going to be a lot more love. There's going to be a lot more friendships, a lot more ties that are established that feel like this is a new reality for you. Like I'm seeing a complete overhaul. Um, it's not even another chapter. It's like we're closing this book and we're opening a new one, a new age. Like I'm seeing Aquarius, new moon in Aquarius. We're in a new age. We're in a new era. And there's a lot of unknowns to this era. But all we know is that certain ones have been blocked and locked, and throw away the key is what I got. Um, so I just heard a new vista. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Is that like a new paradise, a new place? I see you guys just having a whole new life, a whole new experience, a whole new love. One where I was going to say self love. Part of it is self love. But then the other part is with nurturing your friendships. Let's read this actually. The human condition requires that to be whole, each person establishes a network of interpersonal relationships to help realize their human potential. The true power of friendship cannot really be understood or explained, it can only be experienced. So, the word experienced again. So, it's heavy on the experience with you guys, like physical experiences, like energetic. Um, this is not mental, this is feeling. This is like nervous system healing. A friendship network does not grow in linear fashion, it grows in all directions. One friend is of great value. What then is the value of two? Take a moment to breathe. Today's world encourages us to chase success relentlessly, thinking that it holds the key to our well being. However, true happiness and contentment lie in simplicity, unselfishness, and being happy with what we've got. Take a moment each day to embrace the calmness, enjoy the silence and sunshine, or the gentle sound of the rain. Yeah, you guys are really going to start to find calmness in the settings around you. Shine, may you be a lighthouse. There's going to be so many things that you guys are going to start to see and experience that are going to be so calming to your nervous system and healing. Because with these crystals, I'm looking at all my crystals around me. You guys are definitely going to, I'm getting with this earth pulsing in reverse. It's slow down. Like things are going to slow down for you in a good way. Maybe you guys are really anxious or worried, with turn your worry into wonder, surrender to the experience. Um yeah, you guys are just going to open yourself up essentially. Um you know, with the devil here too. I'm getting that, perhaps there is some sensual experiences where that could be very healing to your sacral chakra, but it's in a way where it feels very calming and peaceful. Um, and it supports your well-being. I think you guys are really going to prioritize your well-being, which is great. I think that you guys are going to be around people who love you, with bring love into the situation, and below that is friendships, and then below that is your body and the healing work and the energy work. Maybe you guys are going to do some energy healing, some therapies, um, you know, maybe non-traditional therapies, maybe some, I don't know. I'm getting something about closing off your feelings. Maybe there's people you're going to close off your feelings to. Or maybe your people have lied to you, and um you're closing something off with this Queen of Swords in reverse. Maybe you're going to stop talking about your feelings to certain people that don't deserve it, or that have hurt your feelings, like your mother, for example. For some of you guys, for many of you guys, or family. I'm getting heavy family on this. Um, and I'm also getting to, with closing off your feelings, is like you're closing off your heart too. You're closing off your heart to them, in the sense that they're not going to be able to hurt you. Um, at least until you can make yourself whole again, because I do feel that there is this big thing of like being guided by the light, being guided by positivity, being guided by things that make you feel good, that things that make you, shine. It's interesting here because um this card is talking about shine, and then the 6 or the 7 of cups, And the Six of Cups is also about friendships. And I did say that too. And just feeling a sense of familiarity and comfort. Like you guys are going to feel very comfortable. Whatever work that you guys are doing right now, or it's coming in that you guys are doing, you're going to feel very comfortable and at home in your body. Your nervous system is really going to heal. You guys are going to find yourself in really good relationships. And just really, I heard deep condition. Maybe you guys are going to be taking care of your hair, deep conditioning your hair, or there'll be some conditioning that you do on your body. There's going to be just many, many things. Maybe you guys are going to be sitting in like, whirlpools or in steam rooms and having like this spa treatment of a life, or really, really nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. Taking time to really care about your well-being, mentally, physically, energetically. I think that whatever inner conflict that you guys do experience, you'll know that it requires attention, it requires attention. I think you guys are going to slow down and stop chasing things in terms of maybe it's like these worldly type things, or these things that can run you to the ground, or even love and validation with earth pulsing in reverse, pulse of the mother. We're talking about Mother Earth. Maybe you're going to stop chasing for approval, for love, because I'm getting this attachment from this too, and this attachment being an illusion. You guys are going to find, I don't know, find a new era and find a new peace. Um, and I'm getting to like a detachment from the illusion that something about the ancestors as well. Um, Making peace with the ancestors, making peace with the past. Um, and that causing you to stop chasing it. You guys are going to stop chasing things. That's really what I'm getting. Your new era, it will be, it will be calm. You guys are going to have a major upgrade energetically, spiritually, physically being the most, but like the physical part is really, really heavy because it's going to affect every other part of your life. It's a major slowdown. And every time I do this with my ring now, it's comfort. You guys are going to be brought to some really good comfort. Um, I could see you guys comforting other people, you guys being really good friends to other people as well. And these people are really going to realize the value that you guys have and that you bring, um, in the sense of like just your energy. Your energy is going to be so good. Um, and I'm thinking too that something about the full moon and cultivating. I just heard cultivating and the full moon. Maybe you guys have been cultivating certain practices, but I'm getting that something's going to solidify with you guys in the sense that like you guys are going to bring great value. I'm getting you guys are, and I don't know why I'm thinking of like, and I'm thinking of Walmart, great value, but it's like heavily distributed. And it's your voice. There's something that you guys are going to share in this new era, something really unique about your voice. And it's going to be great value, and it's going to be like a Walmart where it's like distributed all over the place. It's, I don't know. That's what I'm getting for that. And these are going to be things that you download, and this is a big part of why this energy work um, is the preparation stage, and we have the number 22 with manifestation, and this is going to be strong. Um, and I just heard from root to tip. I'm getting Pantene as well. You guys are gonna take care of your hair. Maybe you guys have really pretty hair. Look at how big her hair is, literally very expansive. I don't know what's up with the hair. Um, it's part of your well-being. They say that our hair is an indicator of our overall health. So maybe this is maybe this is the thing where your guys are going to be so nourished that your hair is just going to be shining. Like that's the extent from like root to tip. That's what I got. And the root to tip is your chakras as well. Um, and I'm just getting that you guys are going to have a really, really tender touch to the people that you touch in this new era. You guys will be a lighthouse to other people. Um, and just heard that you guys hold the key to this. And how you nurture and how you care for yourself and how you take time for yourself, how you rest. And, I'm getting a surrender. I'm getting a surrender feeling. Like, when you've been working. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sure, I don't know. I work really hard. So I've had this where I've run myself so rugged to the ground that I end up having um this breaking point. It happens, like, I don't know, it happens every now and then where I have this breaking point where I'm just like breaking down crying and I'm like, okay, I need to relax, I need to take some time off. um I don't know what the point of saying that was. What was the point that I was trying to make? Something with your confidence. I'm working so hard. I don't know, I forgot my point. Maybe you guys, I'm getting this feeling of like being worried to a point that it's like so stressful on your body. Um like trying to make something happen, um feeling so driven to make it happen by God knows what, like what is the reason, but it's almost like you don't even know where it's coming from. But anyway, I don't know the significance of that. Oh, we're talking about the mental breakdown or the emotional breakdown. Yeah, okay. And then afterwards, like surrendering. That's what we were talking about, surrendering. Because I'm seeing this tower. It's like this big thing of like this complete breakdown. Um, and then surrendering and just saying, okay, let me take care of myself. Um, and then through that, just having like a whole new world open up to you. So yeah, I'm seeing that you guys are really gonna, again, it's just really taking care of yourself. There's so much stuff that's gonna come from that. All the things that I mentioned. It's gonna be a nervous system healing, new love, new relationships. I think that you will be able to use your voice to distribute a message. You're gonna have a lot of great value in the things that you share. Um, because some of you guys are relentless. I'm getting this relentless feeling of just so driven with this devil and this Capricorn and anxiety and chasing. Yeah. So maybe this is tied to this disposable thing being triggered in you. Maybe this is how you guys functioned in the past. Maybe you guys, before I started this reading, I just started questioning, like, why is it that I don't feel good enough? And I'm like, is it the reading that I'm picking up on? Because I just wasn't feeling good. Like I felt like, my reading's not even going to be good. I don't feel that right now. Like it is what it is, but I just really felt that heavily before I pulled out these cards. So I don't know if that's from you guys. Sometimes I don't even know where stuff comes from. So maybe that you guys are very energetically sensitive. But yeah, and very driven, very driven. So anyways, you guys are going to find some peace. You guys are going to find peace. It's going to be a new era. You guys aren't going to seek validation. And I don't know, you guys are going to enjoy things. You're going to have a lot to share. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But there's going to be things that you have to do repeatedly. uh, to reach that full potential of you guys really like I'm seeing like a diamond shine and people kind of coming to you. Uh, but yeah, it's a lot of energy work. So that's what I see for you guys. A lot of energy work, a lot of healing, a lot of calmness, and just a reconditioning of everything, including your hair, your skin, your nails, your body. Just a lot of rest, a lot of taking care of all of that. And it's a new era. So it's a new era for you guys. So that's what I'm getting. Group 2, if you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, group 3, how does this story end? So, first of all, it's interesting to me because a lot of your cards, you guys got 4 cards from the Sun Tzu Art of War deck. So I love this deck. There's some really good messages in it. But yeah, so anyway, I'm getting that for you guys. And then we have the number 1 here for create your own reality. What you want wants you. And then there's 2 ones over here. And then there's another one over here with season. So this is a new season, a new time. And with you guys, I'm getting very heavily that you guys get to create this. Um, the message is very strong on that in this reading. It's not so much okay, where does this end or where does this end up? It's more like you guys get to create this, okay? And with this Art of War, these are like strategy cards, right? So it's based on you, your strategy, your choice. You get to create it. Like that's a really big emphasis in what I'm seeing here. And not just creating it in terms of saying yes, but in terms of saying no to things. Um, so there's cards here that have to do with friendship. Choose your friends carefully. Turn enemies into friends. Argue with respect. So that's between both parties, and take time to think. So with the friendship part of it, and I'm seeing this with the 2 of Wands, is because this is about a card of planning. It's planning, it's envisioning. Um, Again, it's more strategy, right? So turn your enemies into friends. It's like, well, what can you do if you choose or if you want um, to either make peace with people or turn certain enemy, not even necessarily make peace, but you can strategize with people. That's what I'm getting. Maybe there was people in the past where, you know, you would argue with, or things went south with. Maybe you became really jaded, like this jade, over I don't know, over friends or over people. But you know, you're really big. Wait, I missed a card, and I was gonna say, where's that card? This, because it just made me think. Sorry, let me grab the other card. With shamanic, okay, shamanic journeying. Yeah, okay. I forgot my point now. With taking time to think about your plan, about your strategy. Because yeah, with shamanic journeying, see, and then there's the number 5 here and here too. So with the shamanic journeying, and again, this is a vision. So it's this is just, this whole message is about taking time to establish a plan, a vision, a strategy for your whole reality, for your whole life, because this is a new season. Okay, show the world the real you. And what I'm getting by showing is by doing, by strategizing, by creating it. I remember talking to, I don't know why this is coming up, but a guy that I dated when I was in university. He's talking about his friend group, right? And he, you know, I was saying to him, like, okay, you know, I was commenting on his friend group about how they each sort of had like, they kind of worked really well together, right? And he said that, he's like, yeah. He's like, I made it that way. I had it where this person was like this and this person's like that and that person. Like, he was very strategic with creating his friend group. And that's what I'm getting, like, with you guys is, with this conflict, um, between these two cards, like the number fives, and, because like, you guys can plan and strategize, um, what you want and what you don't want, and go about it in a way that I want to say is well balanced. Argue with respect. If both parties can remain respectful of one another during an argument, then the resolution will be something worth having. A serious argument can end in the destruction of a relationship, leaving devastation for both the defeated and the conqueror. An authentic victory is a victory over aggression, one that respects the enemy and renders further conflict unnecessary. And I think a big part of this, I don't know, whatever's going on for you guys with disposable and feeling disposed of, or whatever, I'm getting like you guys can design um, your reality, and be a lot more strategic in your life, and what you want it to look like. I'm seeing this Knight of Cups as someone who is very um, like gentle, gentle in, I'm just picturing a bit of a schmoozer. Okay. So this can be romantic, using kind words, sweet words, winning people over with, you attract more bees with honey, statement, right? That's how I'm getting, like, and it's the small things. It's the small things. So, like, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. Okay. So it isn't just that I'm seeing that you guys, can create this ending, or what's to come next, or this next chapter, this next season. It's that you guys can also look to being more strategic. I can see you guys doing that. Maybe you guys will, but it's something that you have to really figure out how you want to go about it, because there's a big element of doing what's right for you and showing the world the real you. We're also including creating the reality that you want. Also with taking time to meditate and thinking about that. Also with um, then strategizing how to go about all that and using a little bit more honey. So with this, I notice that I'm speaking in the sense that it's open, and this is something that you guys have a choice over. I mean, all readings, nothing is set in stone, but for this one, it's very much, it's up to you. I'm getting, it's up to you a lot. How you want this to end, like what you're willing to do. And I'm just getting that, like, a lot of drama could, I don't want to say could have been avoided, but maybe there were certain aspects that weren't necessary, in the sense that more strategy could have been used. Um, I'm just getting intentional, being intentional with people, being intentional with people. Um, So whatever that means for you guys, hopefully this is really resonating. This idea of you guys being the ones to step in. Oh, and then I'm also getting this is like dual. So there's a one here and a one here, and then there's a two here, like two ones. And then I'm seeing someone having a plan or a strategy, and someone else coming to take a look at it. Um, I'm getting like, and I'm seeing no. Like, don't be the person to come and look at someone else's strategy or what someone else wants to do. This is more about you creating that strategy. So maybe there's people in your life who they have their own approach and their own strategy for what it is that they're trying to do. But this card to me is suggesting, and for you to be the one to have your own strategy for the life and the reality that you want to create, that's based on you, the real you, who you want to be, especially when things get heated, you know because I'm getting that with the full moon. being really full and heated, and the number is 5 as well. Um, and I'm also getting to that, there's a level of attracting other people that will see what you have and be like, yeah, I want to join that. Like how I was talking about a guy that I dated in university, like he strategized his friend group and he did it really good. Um, but people came in and they assumed their role and they were happy to be there because what you want wants you too. So that's what the message I'm getting with you guys. This is definitely something that kind of didn't answer the question exactly the way that I was intending the question answer to be, um, in the sense that this sort of keeps things up in the air and puts a lot of the message is a lot on you taking the time to determine what it is that you want to create and how you want things to be during times of conflict with people around you, and encouraging you to be more intentional and strategic and maybe sweeter with your words, um, in this new season, and saying no to other people who have their own agenda, of how they want things to play out, you know and with that, I'm also getting to is what's this? Is there I wonder if this is written here because I remember seeing it on one of these cards before. Like, how you can turn it like okay, let me just read this first. When someone is aggressive and in your face, stay calm, watch and learn. They may simply want to be heard, and the more they say, the more they educate you about their problem. Don't shout back or walk away. Stay silent and listen. You may be able to find a solution for them, thus turning a perceived enemy into an ally, a rare and precious skill. That wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking of, how your friends can actually turn out to be your enemies given certain circumstances, and how you can use your enemies as allies. We're talking about allies, okay? So, my point was, what was my point? Uh, it had something to do with this planning, like being more strategic with your enemies, in the sense of like you guys can work together. Like this is a very I don't know, this 48 laws of power, like this is art of war type stuff. Um a friend no. There's a saying, you guys might know it. It's like a friend, an enemy. It's the whole idea is an enemy can be your ally if you guys have the same goal. If you guys have the same enemy, you and your enemy can be an ally. That type of thing. So maybe that has some significance for somebody because it took me a long time to get it out and to figure it out. So maybe that's something that you know can be important for you guys. But anyways, that's what I'm getting in this reading, that you guys have a lot of say so in uh your interactions with friends and people, and that's what I could see for you guys, is being a little bit more planned, thought out, careful, intentional, strategic with the people around you, and creating the social situations that you want where you can be yourself. Maybe you guys are a little bit more sweet and you've been on the defensive as well. um, or maybe you guys could use a little bit more sweetness and strategy, and having a goal in mind. Sometimes when we have a goal in mind, it's easier to act accordingly. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting with you guys. If you like the reading, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, group 4, how does this end for you? So first of all, I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I just got real serious. Real serious. Like, I felt my heart go cold. Meaning you I'm, I'm a very nice person, but when your heart just goes cold for somebody, like it's just cold. Um, they could be whatever, and it's like, I don't care, that type of feeling. Because I also got, um, how many times does somebody have to let you know that they don't give a fuck about you? Like, that's what I heard as I was shuffling. And what was the other one? I was that song, She Did It Again. I know it doesn't mean, it's like it's a dangerous game for you. I know it has nothing to do with the context of this reading whatsoever, but it's a dangerous game for you. I don't know for who, if it's for this other person or if it's for you. But anyways, that's just the initial. So for one, I'm getting that, for you guys are gonna get really, well, serious about how you feel, right? We have the King of Cups right here. This is emotional maturity, somebody who's really in tune with their feelings and their instincts, right? I see the starfish right here. They're very instinctual animals. I don't think they have brains. They're just sort of there and they move off of their instincts. And that is with the magician reversed, right? So that's manipulation, trickery with trickster right here. I think that whoever this person was, really, um, really put you in a situation where now you trust your instincts. Maybe you found out that they were manipulating you or tricking you or lying to you. Hence why you're done, or this situation's done. Um, And we have soul forgiveness too. So maybe there's like this feeling of, having to forgive yourself, having to forgive somebody else. Um, but this is really resulting in you not allowing people to manipulate you again and anymore. So for some of you guys, this cycle has not fully ended with this person. They will be back if they're not around, but you will be immune to their manipulation or, them. I feel like part of their manipulation, because I'm seeing duplicity and the number two and this woman. It's like, an image of her. So maybe this person tried to pretend to be like you. You know what I mean? To make you feel comfort or at ease with them. We have ease in reverse, and we have guardian of the soul family in reverse. So I'm feeling like this person pretended, to be like you. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but when someone just pretends to be like you, share the same values as you, if you're a good person, try to display themselves. If you're a spiritual person, right, with this King of Cups, maybe they try to portray themselves as a very spiritual person. Maybe they're trying to portray themselves as, a very righteous person, or whatever the ways is, or it could just be things that you're into. They really try to create that type of bond with you through, showing you an image of yourself, or what they thought you would, um open your how you would open yourself up. I'm seeing these roses like open up, like, they, yeah, they tried to sort of make it seem like you guys were very close, that you guys wanted the same things, were about the same things, all that, right? And anyways, the way this is going to end, because I'm getting that this is, obviously not a good situation. And with Guardians of the Soul family, I'm feeling like you guys are going to start to, like I said, not be manipulated, because I'm getting that you guys had instincts about this person. Um, and, maybe, oops, maybe you didn't believe a lot of things, but you gave them the benefit of the doubt or whatever. So the way that I'm seeing this ending is that, you're going to be immune. You're going to be immune, to manipulation. You're not going to believe this person. Um, you're not going to allow people to use or gain off of you. You know, I don't know why this person was manipulating you or trying to mirror you, um, to make it like you guys were like, you know, two peas in a pod. I just heard. Um, but you're not going to fall for that anymore. You're not going to fall for that. And then with this medicine bag and treasures, like you're not going to fall for people like manipulating you. I don't know. This could be a love bombing. This could be whatever. You know, there's gain and there's treasure right here. Like this person was trying to get something from you. You're not going to fall for that. You're not going to give so easily. You know, with the bones, I'm feeling like, you know, when somebody eats all the meat off the bones and the bones are just the scraps, maybe you gave a lot, um and you were left with the bones, so to speak, or you were left with the scraps. Um, and I think you're just going to start to pay attention because here we're seeing transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So I think you're going to start to have a higher perspective, or you're going to be able to, like, I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, and then there's like an image at the top of the Wheel of Fortune. You know what? Let me go find that card, and I'll be back. Okay, this is the card I was talking about. You see how there's someone at the top up here, and then there's someone at the bottom? Like, I'm feeling like with you transcending, you're going to be this person at the top who is able to see like what's below it. And you're going to be able to, even though the Wheel of Fortune is really about, it's luck, yes, but there's an element of chance to it. But we're talking about predictability. I feel like, you know, even when you don't know somebody, or there's an element of not knowing, I feel like you're going to be able to have a higher, okay, how do I put this? Like you're going to have an easier time, or you're going to be able to um pinpoint behavior. You're going to be able to um, see things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, because you're going to remember this person, you know, with remembrance and belief in reverse, like how you really couldn't believe that they did what they did. And they were able to do that to a point that now you're like here having to like forgive yourself for giving up so much stuff to this person. Um, or allowing this person to gain so much off of you. And that's where the best way to win is not to fight. Differences in opinion are part of life. Discussion conducted with reason and respect can lead to understanding and compromise. But angry arguments in which things are said that cannot be taken back rarely conclude satisfactorily and can often lead to further issues down the line. If you want to get your point across, be calm, be respectful, and be polite. You know, I think that you guys are not going to argue with people when you know that that argument is going to lead to further manipulation, or it's going to give somebody an opportunity to manipulate you. Like, you know, that's going to be the result of it. Let's see this. Listen, assess the mood, then talk when the time is right. If you have bad news to impart, this is in reverse. Okay, I'll come back to that. Um, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be people that are more aligned with you, actually, that are going to be you're being led more towards, because I think now you're gonna have a stronger ability to read people, and to tell. It's not even that you're stronger in your ability to. I think that you always had that ability, but there was a level of because with ease and reverse, like there was something else. I feel like there was something that was because with belief in reverse, I'm getting that you didn't believe um certain things. You didn't believe first that they were could manipulate you, but because you thought that this person was a lot like you, or that you guys were really close, or like something. But then there was things that they said that you didn't believe, but they still managed to manipulate you or to make you believe something because maybe you would argue with them, I'm thinking. So, anyways, I don't want to go too much into that. I think the way that this all plays out for you is that you guys are going to complete a cycle of being tricked and manipulated by people that present themselves as like close to you. Maybe these are people in your family. These are close connections where they do that for a particular gain, you know, or because you have something that they want. Maybe there's something, you know, that helps them. You know, the medicine bag is full of tools. Maybe they wanted some of your tools to help them with things. So I just see you guys standing more in alignment with your instincts and your intuition and your spiritual, like, I want to say code of conduct, because I'm getting that you guys, um, like, I want to say, like, I think you guys are very helpful and generous people with this medicine bag. Like, you have things that you want to share, but it feels like you'll do it more when you're guided to, not because you're manipulated or you feel pressured or or you have certain beliefs that say that, you know, you should help um or something. And I think you guys are really going to question your beliefs um about things in general, because we have beliefs in reverse. There's going to be things that you don't believe in anymore. Um what belief is limiting you? Like, you guys are gonna change some of your beliefs, and you're gonna change them in a way where it's based on the results of those beliefs. Like, if you believe that, oh, it's, you know, I'm supposed to help my family or something, well, what have the results of that been? Like, you know what I mean? So as a result, you might change that belief, you know, to something that works better for you. And I could see you guys forgiving yourself um, for the, because I'm seeing this with gain, like, I don't know, for maybe sharing of I don't know. There's some forgiveness that you guys are going to some forgiving that you guys are going to have to do, or that you will be doing, not have to do. But yeah, definitely I think you guys are always going to remember um that people can be manipulative regardless of what position they play in your life. And that people do have things to gain by manipulating you. So, yeah, yeah. And oh, and then with ease and reverse and gain and medicine bag, I think it's going to be a lot harder for people to um trick you and to profit off of you. Um Profit off of your generosity, your generous heart, your skills, your tools. You know, if somebody tries to fight you because you're, you know, as a way of manipulating you, um, you won't fight back, because the best way to win is not to fight, and you don't have to fight. If you have bad news to impart or a touchy situation to discuss, be aware of the mood of the person you are talking to. With practice, you should be able to gauge when someone will be resistant to your ideas and when they'll be open to your point of view. You know what? I think this is part of the manipulation. I kind of feeling this for some reason as people approaching you at the right time to gain something. So whether it's because they know you have time, or they're approaching you at a time that they need something, or talking to you at a time when they need something, you know, I think you're going to pay attention to the times that people are approaching you to gain something, for them to gain something. So yeah. So anyways, you guys are definitely gotten a lot stronger in this area around protecting yourself. Not giving away your goods, your goodies, whatever that can mean. Not fighting, you know, and and then perhaps welcoming in like a truer soul family, not people who sort of pretend to be like you in order to gain and profit from you. I think that this is something that you're always going to remember, whoever this person was. And it's a good thing, even though it probably hurts, because we're talking about soul forgiveness. It feels like this really hurt you, to your soul. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. If you like this reading, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.